Connery Curious.
Saga, Last Crusade, You Only Live Twice, and the Anderson Tapes,
Murder on the Orient Express. You never know what the wheel's gonna spin next. Marty and a woman of straw, and a wounded man in Africa. We are curious of the filmography of Sir Sean Connery.
Should I turn that light on, or should we just be in full brightness?
Oh, that should be fine, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. It'll keep me awake, because if, like...
Yeah, true. If I lower the lights.
Kind of like when I almost fell asleep watching Madam Web. And I never fall asleep during movies. Never.
Were we watching something when you fell asleep over here?
The last time I got... No, I was listening to... Was I watching something?
Yeah, but were we watching something when we started?
I think that... Because that was the day...
Podcast.
Yeah, we had to cancel the podcast because I was so messed up. I think that was... You Only Live Twice. That was the same day, I think. Because Eric came...
we were going to watch You Only Live Twice.
No, we watched it. Eric came over halfway through. We hung out with him.
And I gave you a cookie?
Then when he'd left, you brought the cookies out, and we finished the rest of the movie. And then you were like, you want to go take a walk? We took a walk around the neighborhood, and we came back, and you were like, oh, I'll make you fried chicken or something. I think it was like fried chicken or something.
Yeah.
And we hung out at the breakfast nook in the kitchen, and then... I was playing like playing like music, and then I started like hitting like the auto. When Spotify will hit the auto shuffle of like songs that like it thinks you want to listen to.
Yeah,
and it's just like Highway to Hell and like Aerosmith songs, and we're just like, and I was jamming out like it was the first time I heard those songs. And we're just. We're so because
that's the beauty of a good edible. I guess.
Because it was hitting hard. Because when even you kind of stopped yourself and you were like, "Oh man, I'm feeling a little stoned," and I'm like, "Good, glad it's not just me." But then the stool that I was sitting on turned to an octopus.
Wait, what?
And it was pulling me back. I almost felt like I was going to fall down. Like I had to lean forward, and like I felt like I was going to fall back. And I was like, if I fall back, I might fall into an infinite void and I'll never come back up. Or I'll just fall on the floor. But yeah, so that must have been You Only Live Twice day, because that was crazy. It was a crazy time. It was a good time.
And then I put on Ummagumma by Pink Floyd.
You started with Pet Sounds.
Oh yes.
Pet Sounds first. Then you're like, let me transition, like, because like I remember you coming in sometimes and be like, all right, I'm gonna change the mood. And like it's gonna get a little. He's like, he was like, it's gonna get a little intense this go around. Pet Sounds was like a good opening. It was like a good like, that's the kiddie ride. Now we're going on to the big roller coaster. We're gonna take you through. And I was jamming with Pink Floyd, and oh man, it was insane.
That's a good record. I played you the live half of Ummagumma, not the.
I think I got both sides.
Instrumental half. No. It's a quad. It's a 4-side album. Excuse me, it's a double album.
Was it live? I guess it was live.
Quad. It's a double album.
Okay.
So one album is live and the other is in studio tracks, each written by different band members.
Yeah, that's what I thought that's what I listened to. Maybe it was. I don't remember being live. Maybe it was. I don't know.
Well, the songs are also super long, so the times where you hear the audience is very minimal.
There were times when I was like, I must have been listening to this record for 7 hours. How big is this vinyl?
It's definitely long. I think it fills both sides, like 22, 23 minutes each side. So.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Echoes is like 23 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Echoes isn't on that record. I don't have Metal. One day I'll have a vinyl copy of Metal.
Sure, it's out there.
Oh, I've come across one. I just didn't buy it because it was a little too expensive, and it was also not in great condition.
When's the last time you went to In Your Ear in Warren?
I can show you the last time I went. You want to see the last thing I got there? It's still in its bag.
Yeah, sure. What'd you get?
It's one of the rarest vinyl in the world, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. Not to gloat. It was just an interesting find.
And is this the old location or new location you went to?
The new location.
The new location has a really good collection in there.
I handle it like garbage. But also, I wouldn't have gotten it for the price I got it for if it was that rare. Reissue of the world's rarest soundtrack. It's the soundtrack to the Kane Mutiny. That should have been done with more tact than I did it with. Vinyl lovers out there are hating me right now, and that's okay. You can hate me. That's totally understandable.
I think the rarest...
I'm not a professional vinyl guy.
I think the rarest records I have are... what's the Elvis Costello record where he's holding the camera? Oh, I can't think of the name of it right now. It's my favorite Elvis Costello record. I can't think of the name of it.
Must not be your favorite then. Just kidding.
Oh, it is.
Why can I not type Costello? Camera.
You can do it. That's the record.
This year's model.
This year's model. Here, take that so I don't drop it. I have that. It's not an actual. It was a printing used to send to radio stations, like in the area. So there are only like 4 printed to go to a radio station like HAY or something back in the day, or whatever existed back then. So I have that, and I have a it's nice. That's nice. And I have a Appetite for Destruction vinyl that has the original cover that wasn't the cross.
Oh wow!
That got banned, and the vinyl.
The controversial one.
Yeah, and
wow.
and the vinyl is pink.
Ooh, can you send me a picture of this?
So, yeah, it's in my storage somewhere, so I gotta go grab it.
Oh yeah, keep that thing in good condition.
Yeah, so
definitely keep that thing in good condition.
Yeah, it's in a safe box, so I have to go grab my stuff eventually. I just couldn't fit it anywhere. But yeah, I think there's like only 2 like really rare vinyls I have. So yeah, I mean, rare vinyls are so, like you said, expensive. So it's like,
it's also not worth having them. They're so fragile sometimes,
Yeah,
unless you are a professional vinyl guy or person or such, you know what I mean? Like, it's an expensive
hobby.
Yeah.
It's a very, it's a very expensive hobby. There we go. That's all tight. Because I'll see like every once in a while In Your Ear. I'm like, I want to get like Aerosmith's like debut album because I love that album.
I have a copy of that.
And yeah, but sometimes they just like overprice it. And it's like, because like the original print, and it's like, really? But then I'll go that same day. I walked out with like 5 records for like equal to the price of the Aerosmith record.
Yeah.
Like I got like a Steve Martin record. I got a
and they could have just put that sticker on there, been like copy of the world's rarest soundtrack. Like you could have just said that.
Yeah.
It probably is. It probably. I'm not doubting the credentials of In Your Ear.
Yeah.
But that is just, you never know. You could just said that that's the first rarest pressing or something like that.
Yeah, they said it was a original pressing, so I was like, okay, I get it. But yeah, but like seeing these Steve Martin records, I saw like an original print of, I think it was one of the Roger Moore Bonds. I sent you a picture of it when I bought it.
Oh, was it For Your Eyes Only?
No, it was Live and Let Die.
Oh, yes, I have that.
Live and Let Die.
I have all of them up to License to Kill.
I have,
not to gloat.
Well, you sent me quite a few. You give me quite a few, so I have
anyone that I can find that I already have. I'm like, I'm getting this from Mario.
I have a sizable collection so far of Bond records.
One time I got 2 of them in the same. They were the same, and I was just like, I'll just get one for me, one for Mario.
Oh, sure, that's kind of you. But yeah, like I said, that Live and Let Die was like $5. The Steve Martin was like $4, and I think Alicia got something. I forget what else, but like we walked out with like
$5 for the Live and Let Die one is pretty good.
Yeah,
so I paid like 12 or 13.
It's like it's like people don't like, I guess, care that much about that record because I'm like, it's like a little.
That's George Martin. It's so good.
Some people just are like, oh, it's just a movie soundtrack, but like they're not nerds like us. We love. I think. What's your favorite Bond vinyl?
Okay.
Or I should say your favorite soundtrack.
My favorite Bond soundtrack that I have on vinyl. Do we want to go with that?
Yeah.
I really like, for variety's sake, I like putting on the License to Kill one.
Yeah.
Because it is random, man. It is. Half the album is Michael Kamen, and the other half is not Michael Kamen. And it's got like jump up. It's got if you ask me to. It's got the title track. You know what I mean? It's got a bunch of different songs on there. That's a good one. I really like that new one I got that's in like Czech or something. It's the London Symphony Orchestra.
Oh yeah, that's a rare vinyl because I would never see that anywhere else.
Yeah, it's got some. I found that at Time Capsule. That's got some interesting cuts on it, especially including The Look of Love from '67 Casino Royale.
Yeah.
I really like the Living Daylights one. Yeah, I don't know. They all kind of slap.
Yeah.
I don't like putting on the You Only Live Twice one. I feel like that one can get a little. I'm just humming a random melody there, but it feels like a little bit too repetitious at times. Yeah, I'm going in too much into it. What's your favorite Bond vinyl that you have?
I'm trying to think of it. Can I get it mixed up? It's one of the Connery ones.
Which ones do you have?
I'm trying to Thunderball.
Because mine, I can give I have everything from Dr. No to License to Kill.
Yeah, you have
everything.
You have it all. See, I only have sporadic ones. I think the only ones I have are Roger Moore ones and Connery ones. I think the ones I definitely have are From Russia with Love, Thunderball for sure, and Spy Who Loved Me, Live and Let Die, Moonraker, I think.
Oh, the Moonraker soundtrack's pretty good.
Yeah, but I think I'm trying to think which one I like because I like the atmosphere it gives the room. I want to say it's Thunderball. I'm trying to think of the tracks on that one.
Well, that's got our great 007.
It's got the 007 theme. But yeah, I just like the...
We're slowly getting to Connery, folks. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, this is my transition because it's a Connery record. But yeah, I think it's a Thunderball one because I think it's it must be the music that they play in the nightclub. You know what I'm talking about? When that redheaded girl kidnaps him.
Oh, yeah, that's Thunderball. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that, I think that music...
Oh, it's like the party in the streets, right?
Yeah. So I think that's on the record. So I think I like that as a kind of background music when I'm like just hanging around. And Diamonds. I have Diamonds. And Diamonds is very good, I think, for like kind of like that casino kind of background music.
You know what my favorite Bond soundtrack is that I have? On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh, that's
Duh.
A great one.
Yeah, that's John Barry's best work. Yep,
Great
there we go. Sorry.
There we go. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah, and shout out to Spy Who Loved Me because it has that like I used to like blast it in my office in my old apartment and put like blue lights on, feeling like I was underwater, and it would play that.
Oh yeah.
Whenever in the submarine, and then it goes in, and like I love that. I love that soundtrack, and you get that nice little is it a saxophone? Yeah, I guess it's a saxophone when they're on the boat. Barbara Bach and Roger Moore are on the boat, and they escape Jaws and everything, and it's like a saxophone cover, whatever, of the theme song.
Oh yeah,
and it's like very
it just, slides right up.
It's relaxing. Yeah, it's really good. Oh, it's good, but sadly, we're not talking about Bond soundtracks today. We're talking about Connery Curious, the podcast where each week we get together and talk about the massive filmography of Sir Sean Connery And today we're covering a...
Before we say it, do you know about that? Do you know about this? That you can't say it? That it's bad luck to say it outside of the context of the production because it can doom a production?
Oh.
Do you know about this?
No.
Let me research this a second.
So we can't say the name of the thing we're covering?
Okay.
Inside of a theater, though.
Okay. If you've ever had a career in the arts or know someone who has, this is according to history.com. If you ever had a career in the arts or know someone who has, you are likely aware that saying the word Macbeth inside a theater is strictly taboo unless one is rehearsing or in the midst of performing Shakespeare's dark tragedy. Doing so is almost universally believed to bring about bad luck or even disaster.
Well, we should be okay. We're not in a theater.
Yeah, we are not in a theater. So I'm going to sporadically go check the camera, and I want you to keep an eye and make sure this is still recording, okay?
Okay.
As I bump the headphones, bump my headphones on the microphone. It's all doomed. Okay, so yeah, we can say it now. I just wanted to cover our bases.
Okay.
So in case we said it by accident and then our mic stopped working and my computer fucking glitched
Everything
out.
just explodes.
Exactly.
But yeah, we're covering 1961.
Let me go to the thing here. Now, the 1961 Canadian television film adaptation, of William Shakespeare's
Macbeth.
Starring Sean. I feel like that might have been bad luck. Like saying it in a theater is unacceptable, but saying it at home is fine unless two people say it at once.
It's like not being able to say Voldemort. Like, come on. Never speak his name.
That's what his snake would say if it was played by Sean Connery. What did someone just tell me to be quiet? No, that's my snake. It's Sean Connery.
Yes. Thanks. I'm more partial to partial tongue.
I like parsley on my salad.
Side note, do you ever seen Larry David laugh?
Yes.
He laughs like a skeleton.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm just punching that in.
Please do. But yes, we're covering Macbeth.
That's what we were graced with by the wheel.
Yeah, I did
a late edition.
So I didn't think I was really fully expecting this to be like just a full on. Like I guess it is kind of like a play, but it's
a theatrical production.
But yeah, but it's like it's like a TV. It has angles.
Yeah,
you know,
there's cuts.
Yeah,
it's not live, but it's for the most part live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very, very much.
Do you know what we mean?
Yeah, it's like I don't know what to compare it to. Like Shrek the musical.
Is that what that's like?
There's an audience there, but I don't know. But yeah, no, I fully expect this to be like, you know, throwing flowers and, you know, audiences. But you know, interesting. It was a Canadian television film, so we didn't get it here in the States, I guess.
No, it seems like it was locally broadcast. This was Connery's first North American role.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, and he was going to be Bond the next year. Do you think he had already started filming this? Do you think? Yeah,
I mean, back then, what was the turnover rate to get things out? You know.
Well, I'm sure different based on productions.
Yeah, so I feel like this maybe like a month later it came out. I don't know.
So this came out in 5 parts, broadcast by the Canadian Broadcasting. Let's get this right. Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Excuse me. So it was in 5 parts on November 30th, December 5th. Oh, I'm saying it like an American. Excuse me. the 30th of November, the 5th of December, the 7th of December, the 12th of December, and the 14th of December in 61, then re-edited into a 90-minute single episode in 62 as part of their festival series. This is according to Wikipedia.
Okay.
So, I can you imagine watching this in like 15-minute chunks?
Gracious.
Like 17-minute chunks.
Like the Snyder cut.
Where the cuts are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in my...
And you got to wait like a couple weeks or a month or so?
Well, it looks like you got a week, 2 days, 5 days, 2 days.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, kind of nice.
It's a weird interval.
Plans your week, I guess.
What if you forgot what had happened in that week?
No recap.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't have a recap for us? What happened to Macbeth last week?
Previously on Macbeth. Macbeth, you can't go take revenge on those drug dealers that killed your family. It's the only thing I can do. Next week on Macbeth, Macbeth faces Macduff, and they share a beer. Anyway, so
Tragic.
I'm totally I feel like we should approach this as I was listening to different analysis videos of essay videos of Macbeth today, because I wanted to. I know the story of Macbeth.
And I don't.
You don't? Was this your first exposure to Macbeth?
I think so, yeah. Because, you sending me those things were kind of helpful. I don't want to watch the hour or so long one just because I had to watch this first to get prepped for tonight. And I kind of watched the funny hood version. You kind of said of like, "Yo, Macbeth was tripping."
Thug Notes.
Thug Notes.
I shout out to Thug Notes. I watched, or I do a lot of listening on YouTube. I listened to like 30 of your videos today. Those are great.
So funny, but yeah,
but also incredibly informative.
Yeah. So I think that's the biggest issue, going into this is like. Yeah, I didn't know much about Macbeth, but it's just because the quality that we're able to find this in as well, found it on YouTube.
Super low quality.
So it's very hard to watch. And YouTube closed captions tried as hard as it could to get me through the dialogue.
And the audio is not all that great.
Yeah, so I had headphones on.
I'm sure there does not exist not 4K. I'm sure there does not exist even a DVD quality copy of this. You know what I mean? I'm sure that is the best quality that exists in the world. I think
so, yeah. So you really had to. Yeah, so I found myself kind of having a tough time watching this, just because of that, and it's just if there was someone else of a notable actor that I might have missed, I could never have identified them because it was so grainy, and I tried to make it as small as possible to make it as clear as possible, and that didn't help either. So it's a tough watch that way, but I don't think it took away from Connerys' performance. We'll talk about afterwards.
Did you enjoy the story? Did you understand the story?
I think
I don't mean that to sound demeaning at all. I just mean that because Shakespeare can be a hurdle for people.
And
I am by no means a Shakespeare scholar at all, but I enjoy the works of Shakespeare.
Yeah,
and have been exposed to a lot of it.
The breakdown you sent me made more sense because then I actually was like, okay, this scene makes more sense because it's very, Shakespearean.
It is Shakespeare.
Talking.
It is literally Shakespearean.
Where it's like, you just. The way of speaking is very okay, I'm sure whatever he's doing is brilliant here, but it's hard for me to grasp it.
What was your exposure to Shakespeare through your life?
I remember I think we may have read a couple of pages of a Shakespeare play in school.
That's it? That's all you were exposed to?
That's all I can really remember.
I was exposed to a lot of Shakespeare in high school.
I was not. It was interesting, we went to very different schools, I guess.
I
Which
literally went to an arts school.
Oh, so okay.
And we were right next to a theater, and every production that the theater would do, we would go see it for free before it opened because they would run their dress rehearsals on us.
Yeah. Yeah, I truly cannot name many Shakespeare things 'cause I'm just I was never really exposed to it. I never had any desire to go after it, But
his works are some of the greatest for a reason.
yeah.
I'm
sure we see it in everyday film as well. I'm sure there's a lot of Shakespeare, I'm sure, inspired many things.
What is She's the Man is a Shakespeare play. The
Is it?
Amanda Bynes movie. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's on Netflix.
12th Night.
Ah.
That's what. Yeah. So there's adaptations of Shakespeare's work everywhere, and in fact, I can talk about one of my favorite adaptations of Macbeth is a film called Scotland, PA. I've seen it twice, and I want to see it a third time after this. Now, Scotland, PA. It is an adaptation of Macbeth set in 1974 or something, and it is. Folks, do we need to go through the plot of Macbeth? I'll just read I'll give you the Wikipedia synopsis.
The Scottish lord Macbeth chooses evil as the way to fulfill his ambition for power. He commits regicide to become king, and then furthers his moral descent with a reign of murderous terror to stay in power, eventually plunging the country into civil war. In the end, he loses everything that gives meaning and purpose to his life before losing his life itself.
Which truly is not the first time we've seen Sean Connery do this in the movie.
What?
Our very first episode. Man Who Would Be King.
Mario, my literal first note. Look at it. Look at it.
The Man Who Would Be King 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Exactly. Yes, it is exactly the man who would be king.
Yeah. Second time, third, fourth. How many times have we seen him in The Crown? And
So, man who
see
would be
me
king.
in The Crown. 3.
Man who would be king. What else?
First Night.
First Night. What else? Would the Green Knight count?
It's not really a crown.
He's got a headpiece.
It's a headpiece. Crown.
Oh, it's like antlers or something, isn't it? That's a crown.
I guess. I'm sure it'll come to us later on. We'll insert it here if we forgot.
Yeah, if we remember between now and my editing of this episode.
Mark it. Get to see him in a. I like the crown. I like the imagery in this.
Yes,
in
my
this.
literal next note is the crown, which we'll pull up an image of here.
Looking at that, by the way, are those all your notes?
Yeah, that's it. Those are
Wow.
all my notes. There we go. There's that amazing crown.
Yes.
And be thou jocund. Ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ere to black Hecate summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums, hath rung night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand, cancel and tear to pieces this great bond which keeps me pale.
You know what I come to appreciate now? Seeing
Incredible.
Yeah. So it shows how early it started. Like, he has very specific, just little gestures in his face that now seeing these movies every week, I see more of, where it's even just him reacting to something. He'll have a small grin, but then slowly change it. It's then the mood has changed, and then I don't know, just the way he morphs his face is very interesting. And especially in this, where there's a lot of like the cameras in his face, and just the things he does with his face are like you might overlook with anyone else, but like he just really is putting all the effort in.
So just rewatching this scene specifically, you can see. I'm gonna play it again, but muted, and watch his eyes, because he conveys so. He's committed this horrible deed, and he's just plotting more murders now, and you can see in his eyes he's going insane, and now he's reveling in that future that's his, and his wife is now, who put these murderous intents in him, his wife is now questioning, are you really gonna do more horrible things? And he's basically going, silence, I don't question me, I know what I'm doing. Look at the madness in his eyes that he's conveying, and yet that like instant humility, and he's recognizing that he's flawed. There is his little. This is the beauty of Shakespeare. I'm not doing any justice to any of this. I wish that I had time enough to reach out to one of the actors that used to be at that theater that I would go to next to my school, at the GAM Theater. Everyone should go visit the GAM Theater, and I need to go visit the GAM Theater to watch their production of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf before it ends, because the cast is phenomenal. I should have hit up Tony Estrella and had him come on this podcast, and he could really give us a good podcast about Macbeth.
Yeah, better than what I could do. Cause like
I can't do this any justice.
It's same and we're like on different sides of the coin here, because you have watched Macbeth, and I'm just like, I watched it because Connery was in it, you know what I mean?
Oh, my earlier point of Scotland, PA. Now that we've covered the whole plot, Scotland, PA, set in like 1974, I think, and it takes place at at Duncan's Cafe, and
America runs on Duncan.
We're not bad people, Mac. We're just underachievers that have to make up for lost time.
Mr. and Mrs. Macbeth? I'm working the case. Oh, great.
I've been a little paranoid lately.
Are you on drugs?
And Mac and his wife. Mac has the idea. The witches are hippies. One of them was played by Andy Dick. They're like, they're weird, like supernatural hippies, and they tell him that the way of the future is drive-throughs. So he gives that idea to the boss. He's like, the way I might be getting some of this wrong, but the way of the future is drive-throughs. And he's like, no. But and then he takes the idea and implements it anyway. So I believe they murder him by dunking his head in the fryolator.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's pretty. Maura Tierney plays his wife. It's. I forget what the analogies are for. I forget what her name is. And then you got Donald instead of Donald Bain, and Malcolm, and it's really good. It's like it's got all the music is all like Bad Company.
Ooh.
And Free, I think.
Okay.
All Paul Rogers music. I said that weird. Paul
Rogers.
Poirot.
Poirot.
Yeah, really good. For Christopher Walken's in it. It's
what
as the detective that comes to solve the murder. It's a really good adaptation of Macbeth that I had fun, and I was shown in high school so that we would appreciate Macbeth more, because it helps to have a modern kind of analogy. That's why I sent you that Thug Notes video. But
I mean, that's why Muppets Christmas Carol works and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Christmas Carol is, granted, Dickens is a dense writer. for sure. And we read Dickens in high school. We read Great Expectations, and that is another dense kind of. It's a tough read, but it's not Shakespearean in terms of language. Like you can process it pretty quickly.
Yeah, but you enjoy it more when you see Michael Caine hanging out with Muppets.
That's
you know what I mean? Like if they did a Muppets Macbeth, I would love that shit, man.
Oh my god!
And Michael Caine's
All right,
Macbeth.
so let's cast Muppets Macbeth now.
You're gonna see the cast.
Here's the cast. All right, so Macbeth is Kermit, and then Lady Macbeth.
I think it'd be funny if it was
is Miss Piggy.
No, I think it'd be funny if Macbeth stayed a human and it was like Michael Caine or something like that.
Oh,
or Daniel Craig.
Yep. Daniel Craig as Macbeth.
Yeah, and then Lady Macbeth would still be Miss Piggy.
Okay.
And then Macduff would be like Gonzo or something.
Okay. So that comes down to are we killing Kermit? Because we have to kill Banquo. We have to kill King Duncan. We have to kill Lady Macduff.
Have King Duncan be like Swedish Chef. And they kill him.
Oh my god.
Daniel Craig killing. That'd be hilarious.
Be quiet. I can't understand what you're saying.
You ever notice that that Swedish Chef has human hands? Go back and watch him. Sometime later on, they gave him like gloves, like Muppet hands, but he has human hands. Fun fact. I'm sorry if I ruined your childhood, but
I'll never be able to masturbate again.
Swedish Chef will help you though with his hands.
I haven't watched Muppets in so long.
I love the Muppets.
Did you see that edit of the Knives Out trailer?
Yeah, and people want it to be real now. They want to do like a spin-off thing.
It so should be. That so should be the next Knives Out film.
It's so funny. Yeah. Anything with the Muppets, like I love the Muppets. I like they had the new, which maybe you'd enjoy. It's like remember the house band from the Muppet Show? It was like the Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem. They came out with like a show. It's just fun. There's like some musicians show up and stuff, and they'll play like their original music, but then they cover like the Beatles, I think, at some point, other songs. They do rock and roll all night. I love that, and like all the Muppet stuff, like Treasure Island, Christmas Carol, which we mentioned. Everything's more fun with Muppets. So I'm shocked we haven't had a Macbeth Muppets.
Making those bigger.
Big.
I would love to see a Macbeth Muppets. However, play it entirely straight, like not for comedy. Like all the Muppets do their thing that they normally do,
but it's like
it's played 1000% straight.
Yeah, they could do it. That'd be hilarious. But I'm just like, I want to see Daniel Craig doing that same scene.
I would love to see Daniel Craig as Macbeth. Speaking of, should we talk about some of the other Macbeth adaptations that have come out recently?
Well, you're going to talk about it because I'm not sure what they are.
Okay. Well, there's the two that I've researched and I really, really want to watch are the 2015 one starring Michael Fassbender and Marion Cotillard. Forgive me. Punch in the correct pronunciation.
Marion Cotillard.
Punch.
And the one from last year with directed by Joel Cohen with Denzel Washington as Macbeth and Frances McDormand as Lady Macbeth.
Oh.
Yeah.
These are films?
Yes. They both look visually stunning.
Wow.
Yeah. And I would love to see this played out to its like fullest theatrical extent. You know what I mean? Like, because this was contained to one set, for which they utilized incredibly well.
Just that one like kind of wall they had there.
That one massive door that you had to reach up to open, to basically pop your arm out of its socket.
Feeling a rug rat, like when the babies trying to escape the freaking house, and they would like have to grab the fucking doorknob. But yeah, it was like, yeah, very. Like, it felt very big. But I wish like I could see the actual full size of the room. It was probably the smallest room ever.
No, that seems like it was a pretty big room.
Was
it? Room. People always take issues with the way I say room.
Room. You say room.
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 So, what I will, I'll just cover the rest of my notes. Being king looks boring.
Especially that kingdom. Like, holy shit.
Just sit on one block of a throne, which also works as a great hiding place for young fleons.
That's how I feel about the Game of Thrones throne, because even that
It
one,
looks so uncomfortable.
It's like a giant, like it's all swords and stuff. Well, like is that the point? It's like they're supposed to like
The point, hey.
like they're supposed to be like uncomfortable or something like that, like die on the throne or something like that. I forgot the fucking background. Put a cushion on.
It's
the
amazing how much you forget about a series when it ends poorly. If Breaking Bad ended badly, we wouldn't remember it very fondly, would we? Yeah. It's still a masterpiece as it was going along, but like the ending.
I mean, also Game of Thrones ran pretty fucking long.
Yeah, it went too long.
Way fucking long. Actually, it was funny.
But it was also so massive of a story.
Yeah, it's like Walking Dead. Someone just tweeted out because they have a new series or whatever, or movie. I think it was supposed to be a movie. Rick Grimes is like coming back with Michonne, and someone retweeted like, the tweet was like, "We've been wishing for this for so long," and then they were like, "I wish this ended at season 3." You know?
Yeah, I wish this ended back in 2005.
When
when it started. Yeah. It started in 2010 or something. Yeah. I'm just joking.
Yeah. I kind of enjoyed it. Like after the Negan stuff, when Negan came in, that's when the show got crazy.
Good.
Like, you know, that the Negan season of them finally confronting him and like moving on, like the big thing that happens in the comics happened on screen, and then they started moving forward. And I was like, okay,
is that the baseball bat scene?
Yeah, like him killing. You've read the books? Yeah,
no, not all of them. I read the first,
so I won't spoil that for you.
I know. I don't care.
Well, the character Glenn.
Spoilers for Walking Dead, folks.
Spoiler for Walking Dead. Glenn, who does
get his eye popped out. I see that.
And it happens just like it does in the comic panel, which I appreciated. And then they moved.
I rub my eyes now.
You're just thinking about your eye getting popped out. But yeah,
eye boogers.
It was like good, but then it just started. Then like. And they captured Negan, which happens in the books and all that, and like other things. Like, you know, they don't do everything exactly like the comics, but
I've seen some clips of
it was just like
here and there. I saw that there's like a dude that wears a zombie face, like he's in Slipknot.
Yeah, like that's like the I think they're in the book. Yeah, they're in the books too later on. But it's like after that it was like they should have just caught Negan and then we move on. Now it's like Daryl's in fucking London or something. It's like a New York spinoff where he's a good guy now, and it's just like this used to be fun. It's not fun anymore. So yeah, it's like something like Breaking Bad just kind of ended
perfectly.
It was
didn't
long
overstay
enough.
Its welcome.
We had El Camino
and
then
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
Have you haven't not finished it?
I saw my ever growing list of things.
It is a masterpiece. The ending. They cut the last season in half due to a number of reasons. One of which was Bob Odenkirk had a heart attack, and there were a lot of other things.
That's right, yeah.
And COVID. That. But the cliffhanger that they end on for the middle of the last season is some of the greatest television writing I've ever seen.
How many seasons are there?
6.
6 altogether.
Yep.
Yeah, so I got
just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Did you see the chicanery episode?
I think I just watched the first season when it was on TV.
Okay. There's an episode that's like smack in the middle of the show. It's called Chicanery. It's in the middle of season 3. It is pure theater. It, for the most part, like 80% of the episode takes place in one courtroom. It's some of the greatest writing you'll ever see ever.
Really?
Phenomenal. And then performances on top of it. Just holy. I'm joking.
I'm just joking.
No, it's masterful. Along with just one long shot for like 4 minutes of Michael McKean delivering a monologue as he goes insane.
Wow.
Like,
yeah, I think I'm in the mood for that. I think that's the next me and Alicia show to watch together.
It's a masterpiece.
We never get to watch, because she watches a lot. I don't have the time for TV lately. It's just like I never have time for it. But
got other things you got to work on?
Yeah, but I want to like see if I can at least dedicate myself to like a couple episodes a night if I can, instead of falling asleep to Transformers movies.
You can finish in under a year if you watch one episode a night.
Yeah, because when I did Breaking Bad, I didn't do Breaking Bad when it came on TV. I waited till everything came out on Netflix. I watched it all. I think I watched the entirety of Breaking Bad in 2 weeks.
Damn. I remember getting on that train in college, and it was by season 3. So I binged all of those 3 seasons and then watched season 4 live onward.
Yeah, I watched it. I think the last season was going to drop on Netflix like soon or something. Or I think the finale was about to happen, and people were like, "You're not watching that show?"
That was 11 years ago.
Yeah, insane. Yeah.
Damn. I remember the night vividly, even though we were all super stoned.
But anyways, Macbeth. Speaking
Macbeth.
of, let's get back to
which
Macbeth.
Honestly, Breaking Bad has a lot of shades of Macbeth in it. You know, it
Sure.
is.
It's got shades of
people
everything.
encouraging people's evil in different ways. This is one of the all-time great stories, I feel like.
Yeah.
And you know, while it has things that we can't relate to so much, like thanes and kings and queens and such, its themes are pretty universal. It is about how easily we can be tricked, how easily we can give in to superstition, give in to bullying, give in to our wants and desires, give in to our impulses, give in to regret and guilt, and where all these bad things can take us just based on poor decision making and misplaced desires. I really liked learning, or at least tackling the Shakespeare plays that we did in high school. My brother was in the theater program in the same high school. He was in a version of Twelfth Night where he plays Titania, the drag queen.
Oh.
And he is in full drag, and it was a delight.
Nice.
And he stole the show. Stole the whole show. Stole the whole show. It's the Shakespearean dialogue has a lot in common with quality hip hop, because I feel like in a really, really good hip hop song with really quality lyrics, you can take one lyric and unpack it into so many different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A good hip hop lyric, not in all cases, but some of the best hip hop lyrics are giant sentiments of thought condensed into like 12 bouncy syllables. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what Shakespeare is. It's an iambic pentameter. It's in counts of ba 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 ba. Iambic pentameter, a line of verse with 5 metrical feet, each consisting of one short or unstressed syllable, followed by one long or stressed syllable. For example, 2 households, both alike in dignity. 2 households, both alike in dignity. You know what I mean? It's hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It packs. Just take that sentence. Do you know what play that's from?
No.
That's Romeo and Juliet.
There
First
it
line.
is.
So just take that line of 10 and by no means am I a Shakespearean scholar. I am just enjoying discussing it. You can do that with literally every line of Shakespearean dialogue. It's a little, when you take a folder and you right click on it and you compress it. That's what it's doing. You know what I mean? You've got it compressed into this beautiful package that somehow rhymes, even though the rhyme is never usually the stressed part. Did you notice that? It's sometimes it will rhyme, and sometimes it won't, but it almost always rhymes. Like 4 out of 5 times, it will rhyme. It just does not stress. Like the rhyme does not fall on the 10. You know what I mean? It might fall on the 3 and then appear in the 2 on the next line. You know what I mean? And if you read it, you'd be like, oh, that rhymes with that, but it's just not like a song. You know what I mean? There's just something magical about it and hypnotizing. And when I was watching this last night, I started this at 10:30 and didn't finish it till midnight. But I was just hypnotized the whole way through, because if you can just kind of get yourself into that headspace where you can't go into it of like, well, I don't understand it, so I'm just not gonna. Don't. Like, just latch on where you can. You know what I mean? Like, pick up, oh, I got this here. Okay. That means I'm using this as a key now, and more will come in and more comes in, and eventually you're just kind of, you know what I mean? Like rain, like a drop here, a drop there, drop there, drop there, and you're like, oh, I'm dry, but I'm mostly wet, and then eventually you're just entirely soaked. You know what I mean? It makes sense after a little bit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Forgive me if I'm rambling. It's just there's a beauty to it.
I wish I could have your brain for a week.
I wish you could too.
Just to see what damage I could do for a week.
Oh God, no! What, you want to fuck my brain up?
No, I just want to, like, I don't know, just write shit and think about things. I don't know, just like it's a cool. That's a cool.
Do you want to come to the gym with me, Mario?
Let's go running.
Yeah, we'll just have these conversations on a treadmill.
Yeah. I'm over here dying of breath. So how about this, man? The stink of water and you're wet.
Did you ever, like, when you were a kid, did you ever, like, look through your own eyes, but then think, like, you look at an adult and then you'd be like, what if I was seeing things through their eyes? I'd be their height. I would see things from their perspective. What would it be like? And be like,
shut the fuck up. This kid just keep watching the Fantastic Four 2 Rise of the Silver Surfers on TV, please.
That would be cool if that was on. My gym has a cinema.
Yeah, you always tell me there's like a weird
I'll always
thing
like
playing.
send you clips of
something
photo.
on.
Last time I was in, The Family was on. You know.
Yeah, that's how
Fast and Furious.
That's how Alicia's bar is, like the Elks.
They've got workout machines with a movie theater.
Basic. It's a bit of a workout lifting the glasses, but there's 3 TVs, and one is like depending on what the season is, if it's football, then there's like maybe hockey, and then the third one always has like maybe a movie channel on, and it's always like the most random movie. It'll be like, I think Silver Surfers on one day, and I'm like, all right, let's watch this.
This seems like it's the exact opposite of what I'm talking about. Because here people are like actively getting healthy, and there's a theme to the month. Like this month is a lot of romance movies.
Oh yeah,
and films that have like pink characters.
Oh yeah, no, we get that too. Like this was like a while ago that Fantastic Four showed up. Like the other day it was like
we can't stop talking about Fantastic Four with the news.
I love Fantastic
I'm
Four.
pregnant.
But like
it's quadruplets, and one of them's a rock monster.
Whoa.
And one's on fire.
That'd be crazy.
You can't see one of them.
So technically I have 3 kids. But yeah, what was the point I was making?
The bar has, the Elks Club has random movies on sometimes.
Yeah.
You want my brain for a week.
And I want your brain for a week, so I can watch those movies again while consuming alcohol, because you don't drink.
I don't drink. Why would you do that to my brain? Don't take my brain and do that.
I want to see what it does.
Don't do that. Honestly, you know what's going to happen? You're just going to spend the night throwing up.
Probably.
Yeah, I do not handle alcohol well at all.
But I would have your brain, not your stomach. I'd have my stomach in your brain. I'd be unstoppable, like MODOK.
Where's your equilibrium come from?
I guess, but I don't know.
Your brain.
Shit.
Yeah, and when I drink, my equilibrium gets thrown off big time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the last time I drank, like, anything, like, real, like, I've had a shot here and there.
Do you never get anything to drink when you go to, like, the parlor?
Water.
Just get water.
Yeah. If a group of friends is there and those friends mean a lot to me, I will do a shot. If they're doing a shot, I will do one shot, and I can handle that literally no problem. It doesn't do anything to me. I feel it, but it doesn't do anything to me. The last time I drank, really, I had 1.5 Irish cream drinks. Was that what that's?
Like an Irish coffee or like
like a Bailey's Irish cream? Is that what that is?
Oh yeah, it could be Irish. Yeah, it's multiple things you can do. Irish car bomb or Irish. I
don't even remember. I'd have to ask Nicole because. So we were in New Jersey for my brother's college graduation. We were staying at a hotel, and we all had drinks at the bar, and then Nicole and I go up to my room. I can't finish it, so I give it to my uncle, and we go up to our room, and go to sleep. No issue. I wake up in the middle of the night, vomiting my brains out.
Shit.
It was not fun. Sorry, folks. That's not. We can cut that.
Bailey's is tough. It depends. Yeah, I could see certain booze really.
And I realized that was go thick on the cream and such. And it's a thick drink, but
sweet. It's too much. Yeah.
But I just didn't handle it well. Like anytime I drink, I just don't like the way I feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where I kind of get to that point too. But I just drink margaritas now. I feel better. Because my issue is beer. Beer is the worst for you. Beer is garbage for you.
And you like beer?
I do. I love beer.
Ugh,
but like,
terrible.
It's just like
I'm not judging you for it. It's just,
but
I
no,
can't stand beer.
But no, I'm at the point now where I don't like beer as much. Like if I go to the bar, if I have limited, I'll do a Blue Moon. Blue Moon. Standing,
you saw me standing
with a little orange slice in there. It's more like light, you know. But I love margaritas. Do you ever have a good margarita?
No.
Might change your life.
I've never had a good alcoholic drink.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, this is tasty. I like the taste of this.
I need a margarita.
Like Nicole's made some drinks where I'm like, this tastes. Like there's a good taste there, but then it's ruined by alcohol. You know what I mean?
You can always, I mean, there's non-alcoholic, there's virgin versions.
Yeah, and
which are nice.
But then it's always got something that's like faux alcohol that ruins the taste. Like just make that fruity drink and leave out any trace of anything.
Shirley Temple.
What's that? Like tomato juice?
No, it's like what is it? It's grenadine. It's like a cherry drink. It's like nice. It's like juice, and it's not alcoholic. Next time you go to if you're at a bar, just be like, "Let me get a Shirley Temple," and then I'll give you one. And you'll be like, "Oh shit, it's pretty good." They probably make it at the parlor. Ask them, sure. Next time I go to the bar,
I go to a biker bar.
It's like Weenie Hut, like Junior. It's like you go to a biker bar. How tough are you? Or my favorite throwaway line of Inspector Gadget 2 with is that French Stewart? Where he goes to a biker bar undercover. It's like an eye patch on. It's like a fucking fake mustache, and it's like he's going to the bar. It's like, and the bartender comes in. It's like, all right, what do you want? It's like, I'll take a glass of milk. And he's like, what? He's like, oh, sorry, chocolate milk. And they make him a chocolate milk, which is the funniest part. And he's drinking it at the bar. That's hilarious. But anyways, we've gone so off topic.
Yeah.
It's
Macbeth is one of the most covered things of all time. Yeah. You know what I mean? It is. I think it's one of the greatest stories ever.
Yeah. I appreciate it after seeing this. I appreciate it.
Did the condensed version of the story help you, told in modern terms? Did that help you?
Absolutely, yeah. Because again, it was kind of hard. You know, it's not even just the dialogue. It's just it's just the quality of how we had to watch this. So I think in the future, I will see some of those Macbeths you were talking about. The Denzel one sounds intriguing to me.
That looks phenomenal. It has gotten all kinds of film awards, and it's by one of the Coen brothers. So it's and it's Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand. Like, it's gonna be phenomenal. It's filmed in black and white. It's speaking of, this is our third black and white thing in a row.
Yeah, we had 2 black and white movies in a row because we had last week was
Another Time, Another Place, and then Bowler in the Bonnet. I bet next week we're gonna spin On the Fiddle or something.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we need some color in our lives. Come on.
So, yeah, I would recommend reading, because we read I was about to say Hamlet. We read Hamlet too. We read Macbeth in school, and reading it. There's obviously a difference between reading it and performing, because you can go at your own pace. You can break down every sentence, you know what I mean, and just really like take it apart. But then once it's in motion, there's such a beautiful hypnotic fluidity to it. And we saw multiple Shakespeare plays, at the GAM when we were in school there, and never Macbeth. Oh, here's another good adaptation of Macbeth. Akira Kurosawa's Throne of Blood.
Oh.
Yes, done in feudal Japan.
Ooh.
It is visually terrifying. Like, it's just in terms of the landscapes and the cinematography and the architecture and the. So did you understand what was happening at the end with ultimately what was to? Did you understand the witches, what they were predicting? Because that's really the crux of the whole drive of the events of the play is the predictions of these witches.
Like that ultimately it was like gonna be the end of him, or like, I'm not sure.
You want? I can like.
Break it down, man.
I don't mean any of this like to be insulting.
No,
in any way.
I'm telling you guys straight up. Like, I'm not a Shakespeare person. I'm just not.
So the witches, when they come across them in the first act, they tell Macbeth and Banquo, Macbeth, you're going to be Thane, eventually to be king. So you're gonna get a promotion. And you're going to get another promotion, and eventually you're going to be king. And Banquo, your descendants are going to go on to be king. And they're freaked out, but Banquo is not superstitious, so he doesn't really take it to much heart. Macbeth is letting the superstition get to him, and then they're returning from battle, and as they return from battle, it's basically like, hey, Macbeth, you got a promotion. Oh, they were right. And then it happens again. Oh, these witches are honest. I'm going to write my wife and tell her about it. Isn't this weird? We ran into these witches, and they made these predictions, and it's starting to come true. Isn't that weird? Making sure it's still recording here. We're good. And she reads that, and she dives even deeper into that superstition and goes, well, the next logical step, we're going to kill that king. You be the king, you know what I mean? And get rid of his heirs. And he almost doesn't want to do that because he's like, this king has been good to me. And Lady Macbeth, indulges she insults his masculinity. Did you catch the line that you're filled with the milk of human kindness? Yeah. you little bitch. You don't want to go kill him, you little bitch. You're too soft, aren't you? And plays at his ego, and they get the guards drunk. They kill the king. He kills the king. And immediately is questioning what he's doing, so much so that he comes down with the knife. And she's like, you were supposed to leave that on the guards that we got drunk. We're blaming them, remember? And she takes it and puts it on the guards, and even like goes so far as to like smear the king's blood on them. And so she has blood all over her hands. She washes them off, and then that leads to the sleepwalking scene where she comes down. She's trying to get the blood off of her hands. Why is she holding a candle? It's because she can't sleep in the dark anymore because of the fucked up things she did in the cover of darkness. You know, like there's some beautiful themes in this play. And then so Macbeth is now king, and he wants to reaffirm. He's starting to go a bit mad with power. He's okay, well, I'm going to do anything to hold on to this. So he sends for Macduff's family to be killed. That's the woman and the baby is killed, and then the young boy runs off. Oh, no, the boy is killed. I'm sorry. And then you have Macduff and... Banquo and his son Fleance. And Banquo is murdered, and Macbeth pays for the assassins to go murder Banquo. And later that night at his party, he literally sees the ghost of Banquo sitting in his seat. It's guilt haunting him. But he goes back to affirm that he is in the right, and he wants to stay king and retain this power, and he wants to make sure he's on the right path. He visits the witches again. He's like, no one's stopping me, right? And the witch is like, no, don't worry. No one can stop you unless the forest comes to life. And Macbeth's like, that can't happen. I'm in the clear. And the witches go, yeah. You can't be beaten in combat by any man unless that man was not born of woman. And Macbeth goes, well, every man is born of a woman, so I'm in the clear. No one can kill me. And then we get 2 twists. So at the end, they don't show it because of the limited budget. So that's why I was asking if you understood what was happening at the end. So when Connery is panicking, when Macbeth is panicking and send for my armor, and he's telling people, I'll hang you from the trees. Forgive me that I can't recite any of these lines verbatim. But what is happening is that Macduff's army has cut down branches from the trees to use as cover as they advance towards Macbeth's castle. So
trees have come to life.
The trees are moving and coming to life and walking towards him. And then when Macduff finally confronts Macbeth for murdering his family, though Macduff is arguably problematic of his own because he abandoned his family. He ran away in fear of Macbeth and abandons his family, which leads to their death because they're unprotected. But it sets up him going to murder Macbeth, and as they're dueling, Macbeth is like, you can't kill me, dude. No one can kill me because the only person that can kill me is someone who wasn't woman-born. And Macduff
my mom had a C-section.
Surprise, bitch. My mom had a C-section. Cuts his head off.
Heavy.
Anyway. So, and it's really well done in Throne of Blood, where it's done with arrows.
Ooh.
A beautiful scene of him being shot by arrows. It's really, really incredibly done.
Damn.
Haunting imagery in that film.
Damn.
The 3 witches are replaced by 1 witch, and it's so scary.
Nice.
So yeah, I apologize. I'm just getting kind of passionate about this, even though as I said, I'm not well versed in this enough to recite it, but the story that it tells, like the little zip file that is unarchived into this rich tapestry of it's just great hip-hop writing. You know what I mean? Like, it's great lyricism. It's great storytelling told with great lyricism and acted out incredibly by these great actors. So let's cover these actors here. Obviously, we have Connery as Macbeth.
Heard of him.
What was that?
I heard of him.
Oh, yeah. Me too. I think we should do a podcast about him.
We should.
Then we have Zoe Caldwell as Lady Macbeth. Have we seen her in anything else? Medea... No.
Which one?
The ancient Greek tragedy. So she's a theater actress. William Needles as Banquo.
I'm in Needles.
Ted Follows as Macduff. Well, he follows. You're in Needles, he follows. Robin Gamel as Malcolm. Powys Thomas as King Duncan. These are all theater actors. And Sharon Acker as Lady Macduff. Oh, she's in Point Blank. The 1967 Point Blank. She's in some Star Treks. Oh, she's in an episode of The Incredible Hulk.
Whoa.
Hey!
Also in
There's some Mission Impossible.
yeah, Gunsmoke, Star Trek, you said.
You again. Murder, She Wrote.
Knight Rider?
Damn.
That's
The
dope.
Love Boat. So, yeah, she did some good work. She was good.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got on IMDb. Same exact description. Nothing much different. We got the more casts on here. Anything significant to the crew? Hort's dance costume design. Nice.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, it's pretty stripped down. So, do you want to talk about Without the Grail? What is this? Without the Grail. What? Do we need to add this?
Is this something new?
A TV movie? Without the Grail? Do we need to add this to the list?
Is an agent sent to investigate crazed tea plantation owner Michael Horton, who is suspected of running his... Well, we'll look into a trailer and see if we can find it somewhere. Then, yeah. It's 60s Connery.
1960. We're going to leave that tab open. Because that might be something to revisit. Yeah, because he's been in some TV movies and we just didn't...
Yeah.
This is the first one we've added to the list, and I think it was just because we felt it was significant because it was Macbeth.
Yeah. So he must have some other things hidden that we have no idea about. All right.
We'll decide later whether we add those to the list.
Yeah. But okay. I mean, anything else?
I don't really have much else to discuss about this production. I really like the set. What did you think of the set? Like all the angles?
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, they really utilized that one little set and made it seem larger than life. I thought it was pretty well done. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect set wise, but from what they had, I thought it made you really focus on the people, not the set. There's some distractions there. It's like you're focusing on everybody.
I wish you could have been to that original GAM theater, which
yeah, all right.
I'll repeat that. It's literally right across the street. That's where it was. That little building in between the armory and the school. That tiny little, that was the GAM theater. So we would literally file out of the school and into that theater.
Oh, cool.
And a couple of the rooms in the basement were like prop rooms and all stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Shit.
And offices for the theater.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was, and I worked there when I was a kid.
Wow.
I'll pick it up here because I can talk about that. I just didn't want to give away. I didn't want to dox myself.
Right.
I wish you could have experienced the GAM theater because we're in the same age group. You were born in 90?
91.
91. Okay, so yeah, you would have been a year ahead of me. So what year did you graduate?
09.
Oh, so you would have been 2 years ahead of me. But either way, you would have been able to be in that school because I was only the third graduating class. So you would have been in the first graduating class.
Oh man, that's look at that. Would have been
And we just got exposed to so much quality art, and then getting to see every single production in that play in that theater before it opened. Just magic.
Yeah, I was the only theater I really was. I was kind of very close to theater in high school because I was in the guitar ensemble. So that was like, we just did like classical guitar, and we do like little gigs around the area, like little art shows and stuff. And we would do like actual like concerts at the school. But next door was the theater kid area, like the all the production stuff. So we shared kind of a space. So you'd see everyone come out with costume changes and everything, and like getting set up for that weekend's production and all that. But yeah, it was like a separation there, because it was just like, the music kids and the theater kids, and both very passionate about what they do. But I was a little shithead back then, where I was just like, me and my friends are sitting there playing Metallica riffs on our classical guitars.
That is the downside, that so many people just didn't appreciate what we had.
Yeah, when you get older, you're like, oh man, not sure it was the best. I mean, I learned a lot. I learned finger picking back then. You know what I mean? So like,
same.
It's a important thing to have. But yeah, but stuff like this, I never really cared for it as a young man. But
I was lucky that I got exposed to it, so I could appreciate it. And like I said, I worked at that theater, so that one of the actresses in the production company also did the snacks. Shout out to Wendy Overly. She has since passed away. But she ran Overly Delicious, and she made cookies and treats and such for the theater. And when I was in high school, my mother helped her with that, and then I would help my mother with that. So we would work in the theater at night while the performances were going on, and sometimes if the show hadn't sold out, they would let me, because everyone knew me, so I would just go watch, this back half of a show after intermission or such.
Nice.
It was nice being exposed to so much of it. And then my brother was in the theater program, so exposed to even more of it. And yeah, it really gave me an appreciation for how potent Shakespeare's writing is, and how it really is like some of the holy grail of storytelling, and then like acting. Like, you really have to bring your chops to Shakespeare. You know what I mean? You have to be able to understand those whole giant messages condensed into this flowing iambic pentameter, and be able to flawlessly inject your emotion into it. And I think Connery did a really good job with that, in that sense. Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, I think we could get into our next sections from there. I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, I think it was great. I will talk more about, my true thoughts on everything in our rating section. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have to give to this.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well,
So, all right. So we just discussed Macbeth, guys. We're going to be moving on to the scoring section, where we score the film, Connery himself, but also if the SHs, the sexiness rating, and the score of the musical score. We'll start with the SH. This is 60s Connery, man. It's not there. It's not there.
No.
So I think it might be another. I'm looking at it right now. There's a lot of 1s and 2s. I think it's going to go into 1 category.
Mario, I'm going to match you. I think that's a 1 for me as well.
There it is.
Yeah. Let's move on to the sexy rating.
Not very sexy at all, in my opinion.
Connery's not sexy?
I think Connery's sexy. He looks like $1 million. Yes, because he's got the beard.
So chiseled.
Yeah,
his face looks like his jaw.
Yeah, that jaw,
like it's made of stone.
So I think him alone has a good sexiness rating, but everything else is like, I'm sure this would have been sexier if it was a clearer picture, maybe, and I could have appreciated some of the other fine actors in this. But it was just really hard to, because visually it was a little challenging.
And the costumes don't lend themselves to sexiness either.
Yeah, so I mean, I think with that being said, I think Connery holds whatever sexiness this film could have gotten. So I think with that being said, I'm going to give this sexy a 4.
Ooh,
a Fantastic Four.
You know, Mario, I think I'm going to agree with you there as well.
We're
I'm going to give it a
matching.
4. Yeah, we're matching so far. All right, that moves on to our next one, our musical score. What are you going to give the musical score? Or should I go first?
You go first.
I really liked the music in this. It was terrifying at times. It was really haunting and creepy and just snuck in at times. For a TV low budget thing, it really went pretty hard and in the best of ways. Like it fit very well, and it just it gave the story the appropriate sense of dread that it needs. And I really like the music. Granted, it wasn't mixed very well, but that's what you get for the quality of the picture itself. But for the quality of the music, I'm giving it a 7.
Okay.
How about you, bud?
I think I'll go a little under you, and I'm going to say 6 because I thought that was very good. But I always judge the music by how memorable it is at the end. If I'm humming the tune at the end, or if I can remember a specific thing happening in the music, I'm going to give it a pretty high score. But I think it's going to stay at 6. It's like it's good for what it was. I agree, not mixed very well, and just didn't do a ton for me. So, but still good music. So 6.
Okay. Now let's move on to the film rating.
The film.
I couldn't rate the film last night. Like, I needed to think on it.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to separate the quality of the story of Macbeth from this as... Like, it's hard. I'm looking at it, like, objectively, Macbeth is a masterpiece. It's hard for me to look at this, like, subjectively as just, okay, do I think of it as a 1961 Canadian Broadcasting Corporation production? Do I think of it as a Sean Connery film? Do I think of it as an adaptation of, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, how many what?
How many adaptations have you seen of Macbeth?
I have seen Scotland, PA, and I've seen Throne of Blood.
All right, where does it rank with those two to you?
Well, I haven't seen Scotland, PA in about 10 years.
Okay.
I watched Throne of Blood last year. Throne of Blood is better than this. Throne of Blood is incredible. I'm gonna let you borrow Throne of Blood. It's phenomenal. This might have to go above Scotland, PA, in my memory, because of Connery's performance.
Yeah.
But
do you feel Connery carried this?
No, everyone carried this. Okay. I mean, Macbeth carries the play of Macbeth.
Yeah.
You'd hope. You'd hope he's not a background character.
Sure.
But I feel like everyone was phenomenal in this. Everyone did a great job. Everyone was. They were all theater actors. Connery is a theater actor. Like, they were bringing their love of the bard to this production, and it could be felt. And yeah, I'm meandering. I think I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's you, Mario.
So I think for me, I think Connery's phenomenal in this. I think I agree. The whole cast is pretty good. But yeah, I think it's just like, I think just the quality of the movie just turned me off a lot. But that's not knocking the performance. It is what it is. I think it's good, and I would like to see other iterations to see how it compares. But I think with that, I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
All righty.
8.5.
One of the things that factored into my rating, which is a thought I forgot to finish earlier, one of the things I wish you could experience about the GAM was that the theater itself was so tiny. The stage was pretty tiny, and it was very, very intimate. Like, if you were in the front row, this was how close I was to the actors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were this close to each other. Actually, this would be more like the second row. You know what I mean? Like, it was condensed.
Wow.
And that's one of the things that contributed to my rating of a 9 with this is they utilize that space really, really well. It was a cool set, and watching these actors perform on it and utilize it in different ways it's one of the beauties of theater. You know, how minimal can you make something? You know.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
So now for the big one.
Our Sean rating. You want to go first?
I feel like we're maybe going to be on the same page.
Do you want to say it at the same time then?
Should we do it?
3, 2, 1. 9.5.
I went 9.
Alrighty.
Okay. What was your reason for 9.5? Why not a perfect 10?
Because he's not there yet.
Not there yet.
He hasn't perfected it yet. You can still kind of see some of the... He's still quite a young man in this one. You know what I mean? Like, you can still see some of the... He's still a little green. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe it. He's just got a little bit of a... You are giving this everything. He is. He's giving it everything. But I feel like...
He's got that enthusiasm.
He could have pulled it back just a 0.5. If he had pulled back a 0.5, it would have been a 10. But he wasn't there yet as an actor. I would have liked to see 74 Connery in The Man Who Would Be King. I would have liked to see that Connery play Macbeth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be tremendous.
Because that's a Connery who is... He's got 14 more years of acting... and years of experience and wisdom and new things to draw upon as an actor. So that's the reason I give it a 9.5. That's the thing keeping him from being a 10 is that he's phenomenal as Macbeth. Like, he is giving it a 10.
Yeah.
But he's only reaching a 9.5. You know what I mean?
I got you, yeah.
What made you give him a 9?
I just think he was really good in this, and like I think we talked about it earlier in the show, where it's like just the very little facial things he does, and that we still notice in his acting moving forward. And you know, we've truly seen him do almost everything doing this show. You know what I mean? We've seen him do a little bit of comedy, see him do action. And we see him do dramatic stuff like this. We've seen him do Shakespeare. It's crazy. But yeah, I you know, like, yeah, something very special about him. The way he enunciates certain things, and just again, like that shot you talked about earlier, him on the throne, the wild eyes. You see him like transforming into that crazy person.
It goes from planning this madness of murder to just a sink back of like, who have I become? Wait, no, a second, I've got to keep this. Like, he's very good with his eyes. That's my last note is Sean Connery's eyes, the eyes.
His eyes are where it all is.
He's carrying a lot of this performance with his eyes.
Yeah, and that strong jawline.
Yes.
So
and he moves big. He's moving in a theatrical manner where he's got to make himself bigger for the back row, kind of.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, tremendous. So he gets the 9.
I have a note you said about the facial movements, as we were just discussing. So to bring up the With Gorley and Rust podcast.
Shout out.
Their most recent episode was on The Silence of the Lambs.
Nice.
I love that movie. Here, let me. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't do this beforehand.
All right, good.
Forget how foolish of me. But that is one of my all-time favorite films, The Silence of the Lambs. It's an absolute masterpiece, and it just made me realize I need to revisit the film. And one of the things that they brought up in their episode was this thing that I never really noticed in earlier watches. And you've seen the film, yes?
Yeah, it's been years, but yeah.
So, do you remember...
I named my dog after Clarice Maines. It's Clarice.
Your dog isn't Clarice?
My old dog.
Oh.
I don't think you ever met Clarice.
No.
Yeah, my dog is named after Clarice in that movie.
Oh.
Fun fact, she's a little miniature pincher.
Oh.
She's a demon.
Wasn't like Precious? The little...
It's like, she looks like the Taco Bell dog.
Oh, I forget what kind of dog Precious is.
Precious?
Punch it in.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
Anyway, so in the scene where Lecter asks about how her father died, and she's recounting it, and Lecter turns away, and it just focuses on his face, looking away from her. He said, after he was shot, did he last? Was it quick? And she said, no, he was strong. He lasted for a month, and he closes his eyes out of empathy. A fucking cannibal closes his eyes out of empathy, but it's like a really good moment. And then in the same shot, uncut away, she says, and my mom had died before that, and he closes his eyes again for longer and then opens them. And it's like these two little moments of empathy, barely adding up to 2 seconds. But it made me think upon watching. Hearing it in the podcast, I'm like, oh, I need to rewatch this movie now for little details like this that other people are picking up on. But as soon as I saw it, like, what would Sean Connery be like as Hannibal Lecter?
Ooh.
He could have done it. He was in the same age group as Hopkins.
Yeah, but Hopkins brought something very special to that character. I don't know if Connery would have hit it the same way. It would have been a totally different performance.
Oh, for sure.
Completely different. I feel like it'd be more
Roger Moore.
Well, Roger Moore's Hannibal Lecter. Imagine that. That'd be crazy.
Yes,
fava beans.
Multiple MIGs in the next set.
Yeah.
Look deep within yourself.
Yeah, I don't think we ever get Connery in a horror picture.
I guess The Offense is the closest we get to it.
Yeah,
that's a horror film.
Yeah, but nothing truly. He would have been interesting as what's his name in Halloween instead of
Sam Loomis
as Loomis.
Instead of Donald Pleasance.
Imagine him as Loomis. That would have been interesting.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Blackest eyes. The pure boy was pure evil.
Get your ashes out of here. Is that what he says?
Hey there, Lonnie. Get your ass away from there.
AI, make it happen. I want to see him. I want to see him as Hannibal Lecter and as Loomis.
All right, so shall we go over our final?
Yes.
Whoop! As I knock over my water bottle. All right, because I forgot to put the equation in there. All right, our average SH rating is a 1. He's not shushing those S's.
No shush.
Our average sexy rating is a 4. He looks damn good, but it's not a sexy play. It's not a play about sexiness. Our average musical score is a 6.5. It's pretty good for a TV movie. Our average film rating is an 8.75. This is a pretty damn good adaptation of Macbeth for a TV movie. Pretty damn good. And our average Sean rating is a 9.25. He is killing it in this movie.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, I guess that wraps up our Macbeth episode.
Yeah. Which, if only there was only something else we could do before we left. Oh, I know. Why don't we go to wheelofnames.com and spin the wheel of curiosities?
Oh, why don't we do that?
To see what we're going to watch next week.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Look how tiny it is.
And
it's a baby one.
I am excited. It's my... You spun last week, right? You
Yeah,
spun to get Macbeth?
It's your turn.
Oh, boy.
Oh, what do you want? What do you want?
What do I want?
What do you want?
What do you want from me? Make that bigger so I can see them all.
There you go.
Oh, my God. It's getting so small.
That's what she should.
Wow, we can fit the whole thing on there. Okay. What do I want to watch? I want to watch Time Bandits. I want to watch Hunt for Red October.
Oh, yes.
I want to watch Name of the Rose. I want to watch Highlander 2. Those are what I want. How about you? What do you want?
I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to get Red October like late. Yeah. Like right before Sir Billy or something. You know what I mean?
I think it's going to be that late.
I feel like for some reason it's evading us because I'm like, it's like one of those things where I'm like, I'm just shocked he's never hit it. you know. But I was like fully expecting that to be like really early.
Maybe
but
we'll get it next.
Maybe we'll get it today.
Hey, speaking of Silence of the Lambs, that's Scott Glenn is in that movie.
Oh yeah. So I'm still leaning on League of Extraordinary Gentlemen as the film I want because I've just been in the mood for an older Connery, which we'll get also in Red October. But I just want to revisit that because, especially when the pictures came up from like my bachelor party from the Bond Museum, and they have all kinds of movie cars, and one of the cars they had was the car from League. And I saw that picture first, and I was like, I can't wait to see that movie again because I know it's not very well received, but now in the mindset we're in now, being such Connery, connoisseurs, I think we're going to see
Connerysaurus. That's the dinosaur.
Connosaurus Rex. Rush. But anyways, yeah, I'm really excited to see that because it's like, in that era of movies that were very, like, it reminds me of like the first Hellboy movie and like that era,
like
of,
Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Imagine Connery as Dr. Doom,
as the Silver Surfer.
That's the Silver Surfer.
Galactus.
No, he should have been Galactus. That would have been dope.
Look on my big helmet. Munch, munch, munch.
Munch, munch, munch. I must eat more. He would have been a tremendous.
I don't know why the Silver Surfer keeps putting holes in these planets. I don't want to fuck them.
I just want to eat them, please.
I don't need a hole in it to eat it. It's not a donut.
No, he should have been, what do you call it? The Unicron in the Transformers movie. It was Orson Welles originally in the cartoon. That would have been cool if it was Connery.
Real quick, let's cast Connery in both the MCU, but also the Marvel films pre the MCU.
So put him in if he was alive today, where would he be in the MCU?
Yeah, and you can replace someone, or you can put him as a new character that we haven't seen yet.
Well, they did just recast Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
As Harrison Ford, so it's him. But I would have maybe wanted to see. What if he's Uncle Ben? Give us the flashback.
Scottish Uncle Ben.
That'd be hilarious.
That's right.
He gave us a British Aunt May in the.
I'm banging Aunt May.
Yeah.
There's a British Aunt May.
Isn't she British in the Raimi movies?
No.
Maybe it's just the way
Rosemary
she
Harris?
talks.
No,
I think it's just the way
American.
she talks. She seems very posh.
But he could work in the Raimi Spider-Man films as Uncle Ben.
But okay, MCU
for age purposes, not in the MCU as Uncle Ben. I've been banging Marissa Tomei.
Why not? Who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't bang me, frankly?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Thunderbolt Ross, maybe, but I'm kind of interested in seeing Harrison Ford as I want to see if they do Red Hulk because I want to see Red Hulk a CGI like Harrison Ford.
I don't care.
It's like, I never took those gamma rays. It wasn't my fault.
Where's my daughter?
I didn't kill my wife.
Tommy Lee Jones yelling at the Hulk. I don't care.
I don't care. I love that movie.
I don't care that you're red.
So yeah, Connery MCU, Doctor Doom. If they do Doctor Doom in a Fantastic Four movie, Doctor Doom.
Okay, but an older Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And then Connery in pre-MCU.
At the Fox universe.
Yeah.
Cable.
Okay.
It'd be Cable.
Or
Juggernaut.
Or
Professor X.
No.
Magneto?
No. It's coming to me.
X-Men. You talking about X-Men?
No. Stryker.
Oh, William Stryker.
Yes.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, I'm like, that is X-Men. Yes. I'm like, my brain's like, you're running out of running out of time. I don't think you. My brain was like, I don't even think you have an answer, Dylan. But I'm like, no, I do, brain. I do. Trust me.
William Stryker. That's a good one. Yeah.
Stryker.
That's a good one.
Which is another actor that portrayed Hannibal Lecter, Brian Cox.
Yeah. Shit.
Manhunter.
Well, there you go.
Which, have you seen Manhunter?
I haven't.
What a trip of a film. That's based off the book Red Dragon. It was made in 88. I think, and it is. It's a Michael Mann film, so it's just a fever dream.
Yeah. Anyways, we should probably spin this wheel.
We should probably spin this wheel. Okay, what do we want? What don't we want? Let's 2 each. 2 of what we want, 2 of what we don't want.
Extraordinary Gentleman and Presidio.
Okay. 2 what you don't want.
Never Say Never Again, Thunderball.
Okay. I don't want Lilacs in the Spring, and I don't want Thunderball, which we'll cover Never Say Never Again as well. And I want Hunt for Red October and Time Bandits.
All right.
All right.
So, Dylan, it's your turn this week.
Oh, my God, Mario. I'm so not ready.
Let's get a shuffle in there.
You tell me when.
When?
Oh, my God.
All right. So, with that being said, it is time to spin the Wheel of Curiosity. It's happening.
Oh my God!
It's happening.
Oh my God! You called it.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
LXG.
Let's freaking go.
Wow.
Let's go. I don't know why I'm so excited for this movie, man.
All right. I've never seen it, and I've heard it's not great.
It's you're gonna see it. The CGI is crazy, like ridiculous.
Is it better or worse than Van Helsing?
Oh, Van Helsing.
Because I feel like that's like the same flavor of movie.
It is.
2003, 2004.
Yeah, I haven't seen Van Helsing in a while. But
I watched Van Helsing like 2 years ago. I showed Nicole it, and I showed it to Nicole, excuse me, and she's like, "This is so fun."
It's like James Bond almost.
Yeah, it really is. It's like James Bond in the horror movie universe.
Yeah.
Or Indiana Jones. Actually, it's more Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's got the hat.
It might be on par.
Yeah.
It's a little more ridiculous, and it's just so. I think it's more shocking because Connery's in it. Maybe that's why it's like, I don't know. It's been a while. It's like one of those movies that always used to pop up on FX a lot. So I haven't seen it in a bit, but I always see clips of it around and pictures. So I'm like, every time I see it, I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to see it again. So
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So you've never seen it.
Never seen it.
So that's interesting. It's like. That's exciting. It's like as exciting as when I wanted you to watch First Night, because I remember you never saw First Night before.
That was so fun.
And then you liked it.
It's not going to be.
It's not going to be as good as First Night, unfortunately. But it's going to be. But I am Connery curious to see if it aged well.
When was the last time you saw it?
Maybe 7 to 10 years ago. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like maybe college.
Okay.
I don't know. It's been a while.
Well, I'm excited for it. I think we may have a guest.
Oh, do we? Oh, yeah. Okay. So potentially a guest. So we won't spoil who the guest is in case they decide. You know what? Fuck that film.
All right. Well, Mario, before we wrap up, I think we should do one more section, which I think maybe in the future we could do before the wheel to add a little bit of tension.
Okay.
But this is our first time throwing it in, so we're giving it a try. As we said last week, or 2 weeks ago, sorry, when our last episode, Another Time, Another Place came out, we have a Patreon page.
We're on Patreon now, kids.
We've got 3 tiers: a $1 tier, the Curious Connery tier; a $5 tier, the I forget.
More Curious
Connery, and then the Most Curious Connery
the most.
for $10 a month. Now, the $10 a month gives you a little shout out on the podcast.
Yes.
Now, as we've just started seeing people trickle in, we're just going to shout out
everybody.
The
fact that we have anybody in our Patreon right now is tremendous.
So we're going to give, we got 7 names here to pull from. Let's, we'll go back and pass it back and forth and read them. Or?
I mean, you're holding it.
Okay, I'm holding it. All right, so
I'll read them next week.
We got Ryan Hall.
Shout out Ryan Hall.
Previous guest.
Friend of the show.
Thank you for being on the Patreon. We're giving you a shout out on this episode. And we got John McGowan. That's my brother. He's giving us
It's my brother,
a
baby.
$10 donation.
He's not heavy. He's my brother, baby.
Well, his pockets are a little lighter now.
Whoa.
We got, looks familiar here, Alicia Dumas.
Hey, honey.
Did I say that right? Dumas.
Dumas. It's his French show. It is Dumas. But I say Dumas, or I like to add an extra S on it and just call her a dumbass.
Yeah, hey. Did you see that commercial? Like, thanks for the job, Mr. Dumbass.
Yeah.
It's like the name is Dumas.
Yeah, that's where it's from. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for your donation. And we got another person I recognize here for another donation, Nicole Gautier, another previous guest.
Is that how you say your last name?
Yeah, Gautier, like the singer.
Gautier.
Yes. So we've had 3 previous guests contribute to our Patreon. That's very, very kind of you.
So that's how we get them in with having us guests on the show.
Hey, maybe we'll make that a $100 tier. Hey. You pay $100, you can be a guest.
There you go.
Then we have Henry Robinson. Henry, thank you very much for your donation. I feel like should we be saying these with a Henry Robinson?
Henry Robinson.
Yes. Alicia Dumas. Alicia Dumas. That's a fun one to say. Say it.
Alicia Dumas.
Say it all as one. Alicia Dumas.
Alicia Dumas.
That's a magic spell if I ever heard one. That's from Harry Potter.
It's like a Harry Potter
Alicia Dumas. Turns into a little chicken or something.
Turns into a chicken. Mom? Anyways.
That's not a reflection on you, Alicia. I promise.
She's a chicken.
I was just making things up.
She's a small chicken.
Then we have John Paiva. Am I saying that correctly?
Paiva?
Paiva.
That's a Portuguese last name. Let's go.
John Paiva, thank you for
I went to high school with them or something.
Dang. And then we also have a Sarah Silva. Sarah Silva.
I'm glad women listen to the show.
Yeah, it makes me happy. Women are listening to the show.
Yeah, look at this.
I've been scared off by my reputation.
Yeah, we thought we'd be like the Rush of podcasts where it's just like all dudes, But we've had some women. I feel like have we had more women guests than men?
Who have we had as guests? We've had
Nicole, Alicia, your mom, your sister.
So that's
4. That's it.
Then we have Chris, Ryan, Eric,
Andrew.
Sean.
Damn, they're outnumbering them.
Ladies, get on the show.
We need more ladies. But yeah. And was that it? That's
it. Those are the names for today. We'll read more. Ryan Hall, John McGowan, Alicia Dumas, Nicole Gautier, Henry Robinson, John Paiva, and Sarah Silva. Thank you.
We'll make like a nice maybe in the future we'll do like a nice little scroll because we're on video now, so we can do like at the end thanks to all our patrons, and we'll have them scrolling right here or something.
Yeah. So feel free to check out our Patreon page for which we're about to do another piece of thing that you can find on our Patreon page.
We're getting some content on there so you guys can enjoy it because we want to give back to people who give back to us. So
indeed. Want to say what the next thing going up there is? You can also get episodes 1 week early.
Yes, 1 week early. Let's just say we're doing a commentary for a movie.
Yes, we are.
We teased this last episode.
We're just going to keep teasing it.
Yeah, I don't think we tell them yet.
While we're doing the commentary, we're just going to keep teasing it.
We won't tell them what the movie is.
Everyone's like, what movie do I pop in?
I can't tell you. You have to find out by the jokes we make while we're making the movie. And we won't tell you when to start either.
A frog? What? Darth Vader? What?
We're not watching Connery movies. We're watching other movies. We're watching Fantastic Four, The Silver Surfer.
A frog? What? Darth Vader? What?
But anyways, yeah. So thanks again to our patrons for helping support the channel.
Thank you so much.
It's tremendous.
And you too at home, if you want a little more Connery curious in your life, sign up for our Patreon.
Shine up.
You can also find us on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok.
All the
reluctantly
places.
TikTok. But
all the places. But anyways, guys, that was Macbeth. Next week, Sean Connery will return in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Until then, I've been Mario.
And wait, just Mario?
What?
Are you just Mario now?
Is that? Do I usually say my last name?
Yeah. Are we going with? Are we going?
You know
with
why
Macbeth?
I get fucked up? Because when I do Friggin' Nerds videos like every day, and I always say I've been Friggin' Nerd Mario,
true.
And every time I'm about to say it, I'm about to say Friggin' Nerd Mario, but I stop myself and I say Mario. Should we do that again?
Well, I didn't know if you were doing a thing because Macbeth is just Macbeth. It's not Stanley Macbeth.
All
like
right.
it's Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. It's never, Stanley Macbeth and Sheila Macbeth. But you could be I'm Lima.
So we'll cut that back. Ready?
We won't cut it.
Anyways, I've been Mario Macbeth.
And I've been Dylan McDuff. And as always, folks,
stay curious. You've been listening to Connery Curious, a Titus Compositions and Fervent Nerds Media podcast. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Connery Curious for updates, memes, and episode clips. You can also visit Dylan on Instagram at Titus Compositions to hear other podcasts and original music, watch music videos, or even pick up a great vinyl record. For more discussion about your favorite films, comics, and games, and a network for all things nerdy, visit me, Mario, at Friggin' Nerds Media. You can rate, review, and share the podcast in-app, which helps us grow the show and reach other curious Connerys out there. Thanks for spending time with us. Have a great day, and remember, stay curious.